there's a lot to think about. All right. Ultimately, we only want you to be thinking about either inhaling or exhaling. Okay? Because that's going to organize so many of the details of alignment that we're trying to accomplish, right? So, just do this, watch. It's just the simplest breath, arm spiral that we do. Good. Yeah, and don't be afraid to really let your, there you go, let your whole upper spine kind of round, and then that gives you a little bit more place to come from as you go into the inhale. Good. Now, one thing I just want to caution against, and you're doing it a little bit, but it's not terribly bad, is just this idea of shoving your whole rib cage forward and sticking your butt out a little bit, okay? So the way we address that, it's not a postural correction, it's a breath correction. It's something that the exhale will help you with. So as you're exhaling, think of sort of zipping up the exhale in this direction, from the pubic bone up towards your belly. So that's the direction of the exhale, right? And you want to sort of keep that energy there and start the inhale at the top and move it down. Good. That's it. And then exhale. Can you feel how that action of the exhale kind of stabilizes the lower spine and pelvis, and then the inhale starts here and moves downward? Good. Now do that movement again, but let the breath also release into your belly. Good. See how you lost the stability between your rib cage and pelvis when you let the breath come down too far? Yeah. So basically just let the inhale come down to about here, no lower, okay? So it starts at the top and it comes down to about there. That's it. So you see how the exhale is providing some stability for the base of the movement, which is focusing more of the mobility up here where we want it. So that's step one. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Good. So then we're going to ask you to kind of go back to that breathing pattern at a certain point. Okay. So, excuse me. So now face this way. Okay. Just like that. Good. So now we're going to do this. We're going to face off and do this. Good. Get back to that breathing pattern. Good. Good. Very nice. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same exact thing here. And then with the exhale, again, from the lower belly, I'm going to bring my hands here. And now fall forward. And breathe. See? She's doing Chaturanga. Can you feel how the action of breathing that you're maintaining is part of how you're stabilizing your body in that sort of stick arrangement? Right? But you're doing it without the necessity of holding up all of your body weight. Good. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Now, you don't need a partner necessarily for that. All you need is a wall, right? So you can do the same thing here. Now, how am I going to come away from the wall? I'm not going to shove with my arms. Okay? It was the exhale. It was my breath. I started at my feet, actually. I thought of starting the exhale at my feet, and it kind of... That's all it is. So it's sort of like this. This is the inhale, and this is the exhale. Because there's a double spiral in the arm, and this is an inhale. And then I'm ready to fall on the exhale. Okay? Yeah. That's it, a little far. You notice that. And then, good. And then, there you go. Yeah, but just fall and hold there. Take a few breaths holding there. Good. And just channel the breath like we were talking about. The inhale moves downward from the top. The exhale moves upward from the bottom. So you can all try this with a partner, and then we can pull up some wall. But what I just mentioned here is important to notice, that there is, see here, we're sort of moving the upper and lower arm together. But in order to get the palms of the hands facing the supporting surface, whether it's the wall, your partner, or the floor, there has to be a double spiral in the arms. This happens also in the warrior series, when we're doing this, and we're getting ready to turn from the warrior 1 position to the warrior 2 position. So, see, that's the inhale spiral, but then from the elbows down, that's the exhale spiral. That's kind of a double spiral in the arm, where the energy in the upper arm is going back, and the energy in the lower arm is going that way. So you see, that's sort of what underlies this whole thing. So we take one breath for each movement so we can feel them distinctly.